Hi friends, welcome to the channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. Thank you so much for coming back if you've been here before. Today we are going to be doing a pick a card reading on goddess messages that are ready to come your way. So we have three options and each option is a goddess. In addition to that, each pile has three additional goddesses. So I wanted to make it more inclusive instead of just having the one goddess for each pile. We're going to have a total of four, which is the one that you are seeing, plus three options that I still haven't seen that we will reveal as the reading goes on. So the three options we have today is option number one with goddess Coventina, option number two with the Morrigan, and option number three with Freya. So pause the video if you need to, ask yourself which pile or piles have a message for you, and let's talk about what this reading is going to be like. Okay, so we are going to be doing a reading breakdown so you know exactly what to expect and you know if this is going to be the reading for you. As I said in the intro, every single one of these piles has four goddesses. One is the one that you see, and then there are three other cards in there that are going to be hidden that I have not seen and we will reveal as the reading goes on, and that's where we are going to start. So we are going to look at which goddesses have a message for you, and the reason I wanted to do it that way is in case you don't resonate with just the one goddess, you have four options. If you resonate with all four, that's great. If you resonate with just the one or two, that's perfectly fine. Just to give you more options of the goddesses that are showing up in your life at this time. We are then going to look at what message does this goddess want to give you right now. We will move into what challenges is this goddess helping you with. We will continue by looking at the lessons that this goddess is helping you with. And then we are going to look at how can you work with this goddess, and we will kind of end the reading with just some general overall advice for you. And I will be shuffling a Love Your Inner Goddess card to end the reading. So if this sounds like something that would be helpful to you, stick around and let's get started. Hello, pile number one. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to Goddess Coventina here. And let me just say, pile number one, this is my first time. I've seen the card in the deck. I have not pulled her energy. This is my first introduction to her energy, and I had to kind of look it up really quickly just to give you guys a overview of who this goddess is, and her energy is so beautiful. But before we get started, as a reminder, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. You know yourself best. I did do a reading breakdown, which I highly suggest that you check out, just because it's going to give you more information of what to expect, and it'll help you decide if this is the reading for you. But now let's get started. So I have a total of four goddesses. The card that you were drawn to was the Coventina with clarity, emotions, harmony. And she is the Celtic goddess of wells and springs. And she's definitely related to water. And whenever we have a goddess or anything really relating to water, it has to do with our feelings, right? And as the card says it right on there, you know, there's definitely clarity being mentioned here, emotions and harmony. So for many of you, and I haven't seen the other three goddesses yet, we're going to get to them in a minute, but I do want to say, for this pile, as I was shuffling the cards to set the reading up, this was a pile where I was so overwhelmed. I usually play a podcast in the background just while I set the reading up, and I kind of write down my notes and how I want the reading to be set up, and I'm just like setting the cards. I open the connection, but I kind of let something play in the background. I had to turn it off because my mind was racing, and I wasn't like that before, because I try to ground myself as I go to set up the readings just so I can be more present. And I wasn't like that when I got to pile number two. So I definitely think this is a group where right now there may be some sort of upheaval, or you could be someone who tends to overthink, overanalyze. But there was definitely so much just almost a little bit of chaotic energy. So it was very interesting when I chose from this deck, which was intended to be the deck that was going to be the option that we had, this very calm energy come through, which is all about, clarity, emotions, and harmony, because it definitely felt like that's exactly what this group needs. But let's see who the other three goddesses are. Ooh, we have Athena with trust, and it says, surrender your concerns to the universe. You have been heard. Wow. So we are 2 cards in pile number 1, and already this is speaking to, I've got you. I've got your back. I'm here to take care of you. This feels like this is going to be a very comforting message for this group. We have Circe. I believe I'm saying that right. If I am not, please correct me in the comment section. With willpower, my will alone is strong enough to carry me towards my dreams and beyond. Wow. So far, these are very encouraging energies. And then finally, we have Cleo with past lives, reconnect with your past. Okay, so how we are going to work this is we are going to talk about all 3 of these goddesses in addition to Goddess Coventina. And we are going to then get into the messages. One thing that I do want to remind you of is if you feel called towards one goddess more than the other, use your intuition. It is completely up to you to decide if you want to work with all 4, if you want to work with one or multiples. But I do want to give you a little bit of information, and I do want to start with Miss Athena, Goddess Athena, on the left here. And it says, surrender your concerns to the universe. You have been heard. You mustn't give your power away to the uncontrollable circumstances and outcomes that are occurring. You are seeking to hold so much control. Whilst holding that control, you are not allowing me to divinely aid. I ask that you have a little bit more patience in the process, and that this process will lead you exactly where you need to be. Trust what is ahead, center yourself, come back to the present moment, this moment of time that stands still as your consciousness floats between the realms. And I want to show that in case anyone wants to screenshot that. And then we are going to talk about Circe, and then we'll get into the reading once we read all these messages. So as a reminder, it says, my will alone is strong enough to carry me towards my dreams and beyond. There is infinite strength and creativity within your spirit. All it takes is belief in yourself to unlock it. Your obstacles will melt away when you understand that pressing onwards in pursuit of a goal with persistence and passion is always rewarded. You were not given these dreams without the soul strength to accomplish them. Trust that you are not aimless and that I am watching over your endeavors. Use what you have available to you and keep moving forward. Every step counts. I'm going to show that there to you. Again, pause, screenshot if you want to. Oh, and these are actually side by side. So it says, Cleo, past lives, reconnect with your past. Your history extends beyond just the lifetime you are experiencing right now. There are more layers to your being than you can comprehend, and you must acknowledge that the wisdom which comes forth from the Akashic records of your soul and its journey. Take a moment to sit silently and listen to what your elder self may have to share. There is insight waiting in the oldest corridors of your lives. All right. Actually, I almost forgot. There we go. And actually, I'll hold both of these. It may be easier to screenshot that way. But I wanted to show you what the book said. Now let's jump into the reading. So, regardless of the goddess, right? Because we have so many people. This is a general pick a card reading. Different people, different goddess energy. But the energy here is the same. These goddesses are coming through to encourage you. They are coming through to help you keep going. And I feel, and I said this at the very beginning, this is a group that feels like things are just chaotic at this point in time. It may feel, it could be that you're feeling overwhelmed. It could be that you're feeling lost. It could be that you're just, you know, just struggling, right? There's almost conflict here. There could be overthinking. It could be that you just are someone who struggles with anxiety and overthinking at times, right? And if you do, I am sorry. I know that that sucks. But these goddesses are coming in to say, you're doing the thing. I am here to help you with clarity. I am here to help you find harmony. And there also is this higher message of needing to trust the universe, trust yourself, and trust your spirit team. Trust that things are going to fall into place, but also understand that, yes, while things will fall into place, you are the co-creator and you have to help things along. That message is coming through very strongly. But I want to get into the actual message that is here for you, the actual message that this goddess or goddesses have for you at this time. Wow. Yeah. The Eight of Swords, Two of Pentacles, and then we have the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. So the main message that is being sent for you, and this could be from one or more of these goddesses, it could be one or all four. Take it as it resonates. But the goddess that wants to work with you, the goddess that is here to work with you and to support you, the main message here is coming through is this goddess sees how much you are struggling. This goddess can see how overwhelmed you are feeling. This goddess can see that you are trying to juggle perhaps more than what you can handle. And you're trying to do it with grace. You are trying to keep it together as much as possible. But things are hard, things are heavy, and there is the acknowledgement that that's what's happening right now, that things just feel it's adding up, it's piling up. For my pile number one, some of you are actually holding a lot of pain, a lot of like your shoulder neck area can be actually sore, because I'm really feeling that through this reading. It just feels like I have a weight on my shoulders, and that was not there before I started this reading. So for some of you, you are physically feeling the heaviness of the load that you are carrying. And the thing is, pile number one, you are trying the things. You keep doing what you need to do. You keep, you're moving forward. But at the same time, with this Eight of Swords, you're struggling with what's possible. You're struggling with the heaviness of the situation at hand. It's almost like, yeah, I want things to get better. I want to believe they're going to get better, but I am in it, and while I'm in this, it feels very difficult to believe things will actually get better. So for my pile number ones, there are past experiences that are currently coloring your current experience, right? There's the past that is coming in. There's almost a level of confirmation bias, right? I know that this is the truth, so these situations will continue to repeat themselves because subconsciously, that is what I do. I look for that. That's what humans do, right? We look for that confirmation bias. We want to remain safe, and our brains will say, that thing happened in the past, it hurt, and we don't want that to happen again. So as a protection mechanism, as a, self-protection, self-preservation, we will avoid certain things. We will have this belief, and it will continuously be reinforced. For some of you, the belief is that life has to be hard. For some of you, the belief is that you have to work super hard, that you have to earn the basics, and that you have to do it by working very, very hard, that life is not supposed to be easy. There's a lot of heavy energy, heavy beliefs for this group, and your goddess or goddesses they're coming through, and they're saying that's not necessarily true. And this goddess, and we're going to clarify this with the other cards, but this goddess, it feels like it's really all about, let's replace what is no longer working. let's replace these doubts. Let's replace these beliefs that you will not have good things, or that you have to work extremely hard to get those good things. Or there's almost a belief for my pile number ones that the other shoe must drop, right? Something good happens, something else is going to happen to take away from it. And I really feel for this group, it's almost like you get some money and then your car breaks down. Or you meet someone and then it turns out that they're not who you thought they were. Or maybe you meet someone and it turns out to be great, but then somebody else leaves your life. There's this energy that keeps repeating itself where even when things are going well, they are eventually not going to the point as well as you would like. And again, there is a level of confirmation bias to this. And this is to say that, yes, you've been through situations that have been difficult. And now there's almost a fear, or there's a hesitancy when it comes to how life unfolds for you. So your goddess is reaching out to you at this time to help you cultivate a new beginning, not only in your physical reality, right? Not only in the material reality, but in your spiritual, mental, and emotional reality. Because what's coming in for this group is as above, so below, as within, so without. I need to be able to believe that that good things can happen for me, that I can have what I want and what I need. But in order to do that, in order to actually receive it, I need to work on that belief. I need to work on removing myself from this mental prison, because right now I am trapped. And if I am trapped, I cannot see beyond, right? Because for this group, it feels like you are so in the thick of it. It's very hard for you to even remove yourself and take a step back because you're so close to it. And that's what tends to happen, right? When we give advice to other people, it's easier because we're on the outside looking, from the outside looking in. But when we are in it, especially when things are hard, right? It's very hard to remove yourself from that. So what challenges is this goddess helping you with? Let's take a look at the challenges here. The Star. Yeah, Four of Swords. And the Emperor. Absolutely. Pile number one. The challenges that this goddess is here to help you with has to do with just what we were talking about. Some of you are burnt out. Especially with this Two of Pentacles, Four of Swords. You keep trying, you keep moving towards it, but you're really struggling, right? You're really struggling to get to the other side, to see that the other side is even possible. There's a lot going on here, and it feels like for my pile number ones, you're barely keeping up. Now, what challenges this goddess is here to support you through is getting back to your faith, having optimism, being able to accept help from the universe, being able to acknowledge and to recognize that the universe has help to offer you and that the universe wants the best for you. For my pile number ones, there is also a very important lesson in trust that is happening now. And for my pile number ones, this is trust in self and trust in your spirit team, trust in the universe, higher power, whatever it is that you believe in. There is a disconnect between trusting in that higher entity, whether, again, God, goddess, universe, source, whatever you call it, and trusting yourself. Because for this group, there's been so much wounding that you may struggle to trust yourself. And this goddess is coming through to say, this is what I'm helping you with. I'm helping you with build up self-confidence and self-trust. This goddess is also coming through to help you achieve more peace, more tranquility, more harmony, and more clarity. Because for this group, it feels like your mind is constantly racing, constantly going. And this goddess wants to help you ground and center, because when you do that, then your mind can finally receive the clarity. Because I will say, pile number 1, you are very intuitive. You are very wise, but it feels like your brain is working overtime to the point where it doesn't allow for the guidance to come through. It doesn't allow for the truth to shine through, because you do know what the truth is, but it's not flowing to you. It's not accessible. It's there, but you may not be able to access it because, one, for some of you, you're so busy, you have so much going on that it's very hard for you to slow down and make space for that. But also, two, there's so much ego chatter. And the ego is an essential part of us, right? We need that discernment, but we also need to be able to utilize it as a tool and not allow it to take over. So this goddess is coming here to help you become more empowered, to help you step into your power, to help you be your sovereign self, and to help you live life from a more secure, confident place, rather than feeling like life is always happening to you, not for you, or that, you can barely catch your breath and you're being knocked down again. This goddess is here to empower you. But what's interesting is this goddess is here to empower you through soft energy. Because I do feel, for my pile number 1s, you operate from the Queen of Cups energy. And the Queen of Cups is very feminine, very soft, very kind, compassionate. She is an empath. She is very nurturing. She is very emotionally intelligent. She is very much connected to her emotions and to her intuition. And that is regardless of gender. It does feel like my pile number 1s, that is where you operate from. And for some of my pile number 1s, what's been happening is that you've been forcing yourself to operate from the divine masculine, from a place of I have to do. But in reality, your energy is it's much more softer and much more in alignment with the divine feminine. Now, we all have divine masculine, divine feminine energies within us, but that's how this is coming through. So let's take a look at the lessons that this goddess is going to help you with. What are these lessons that this goddess is helping you with? 2 of Cups, yeah. Look at the 8 of Swords again. 8 of Swords twice. This goddess, or these goddesses, take it as it resonates. This is someone who is going to help you. This is a goddess that's going to help you reach a level of self-love. This is a goddess that is here to help you break free from limitations. And for some of my pile number 1s, these are limitations that you have placed on yourself. And this isn't something that you knowingly did. You didn't knowingly go out there and limit yourself or tell yourself you couldn't do these things. For some of you, this is coming from other people. This could go as far back as childhood for some of you. But this goddess, the lesson here is, I am free. I am the co-creator of my life. Not every single belief is a true belief. And for some of you, what is happening is that you are ready to replace certain limiting beliefs that served you at some point that no longer serve you. There's going to be a union within you between your divine masculine, divine feminine, between your higher self and your earthly self for this group. And that is what this goddess is coming in to help you with. This 2 of Cups is the card of soulmates, but it's also the card of fully connecting to self, right? Because you can be your own soulmate in a way, right? Because you can find union within yourself. And for my pile number 1s, you've been divided from yourself, from your truth. And what's coming in is a union between yourself, your higher self, between all aspects of yourself. For this group, it feels like there will be a period of shadow work, and some of you have already been doing the shadow work. But you are freeing yourself. This goddess is going to help you free yourself from a very small box that you have placed yourself in and that you no longer fit in. And pile number 1, what this is going to help you do is realize just how much you do have available to you, especially when it comes to opportunities. There are a lot of opportunities that are available to you that you do not necessarily recognize or you do not necessarily accept as truth because you have seen yourself. And this is for many different reasons, different people, right? But there's this energy of I see myself as trapped. I see myself as someone who can't really come out of this. No matter what I try, I kind of end up in the same situation. And for some of you, even the people that you meet, it feels like no matter what, I end up in the same, struggling with the same things. Overall, what this goddess is going to help you with, the lessons that you're going to be learning is that you are free, that you are powerful, that you are the co-creator, that you don't have to allow life to happen and that you do control how you respond. And that you can create things that you want and that you want those things because they're meant for you. Because there are things that my pile number 1s you want to manifest and you want to manifest them for a reason. And part of what you're going to be learning is that you have what it takes to create these things. And you're going to learn how to look outside of the box. You're going to learn how to look differently at certain things, situations, circumstances. For some of you, there's an expansion that's going to happen. You're going to expand your perspective. You're going to expand the way that you perceive the world around you. Again, for many of you, this has to do with your beliefs around what you are capable of. For some of you, you've had people in your life tell you that you are not capable of certain things and you have accepted that as truth. For someone here, it could have been a teacher. It could have been a parent. For some reason, the teacher came through. If a teacher once told you that you couldn't do something, that's their problem, not yours, because you can absolutely put your mind to it and do it. And this is a group where you know what it is that you want to create. And it's there for a reason. It's time to free yourself. Let's take a look at how you can connect with the goddess that came through for you. So how do you connect with this goddess? What can you do? The 3 of Swords. Okay. Well, sorry. It's the 3 of Athames, but that's the 3 of Swords. And then we have the Wild Hunt, which is the Tower card in this deck. So let's talk about it. Pile number 1. In order to connect to this goddess, I'm getting a lot of things. First and foremost, you have to feel the feelings. For some of you, you are not comfortable, and I completely get that. It can be very uncomfortable to feel the heartbreak, to feel the fear, to feel, to sit with the unknown, right? You have to allow that. For some of you, you keep yourself so busy, there's no time to feel. There's no time to allow certain emotions up to the surface. And your goddess is saying, in order to connect with me, you have to go into the storm. And what is the storm? It's everything that you are feeling. It's everything that you are repressing. Now, as I say that, I want to give a disclaimer here. If you need professional help, such as a counselor, therapist, somebody who is professionally trained to help you hold the space, please seek that out, because this can be very hard, right? It can be very hard to say, I am going to feel these things that are very hard, that are very dense, that I've been avoiding, right? And sometimes it can be even hard to tap into something that you've been avoiding. But there is a need to recognize the pain here. There is a need to recognize everything that you feel and everything that is underneath the surface. And for some of you, I think that you've been keeping a lot underneath the surface. And I will say this is a group where you've probably rationalized the pain, but you haven't felt the pain. And I'm hearing, I don't know how. And if that's the case, again, please find professional help. And I think that your goddess can absolutely help you by putting the right person in your path. Now, in addition to that, I do get that meditation can be very helpful for this group when it comes to connecting to your goddess. I'm also seeing shadow work. And again, shadow work is also something that may require professional assistance if that is something that you feel you need in order to effectively do some shadow work. Please seek that out. But I do feel shadow work around belief systems and integrating the shadow, romancing the shadow, if you will. And the shadow self is just the part of you that has been deemed either unacceptable, undesirable, whether that was something that you came up with on your own or it was something that was given to you by society, by culture, by specific people in your life. There is a level of, just shame and not wanting to recognize that part of yourself, which is why for this group, it's so important for you to sit with what is repressed. And for some of you, what is repressed is a part of self, is a version of self. And one of the things that this goddess is saying is, in order to work with this goddess, you have to sit with the uncomfortable, and you have to sit with all of who you are. This goddess is saying, to work with me, show up and allow it to crumble. To work with me, show up and allow the feelings to come through. Allow the tears to flow. And I will say, I do feel for this group, water energy, so Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or just water in general, the element of water can be very helpful. I think that for this group also, in order to connect with your goddess, spiritual baths can be very helpful, or spending time in or around natural bodies of water, as long as you do so safely. For this group, I am also getting candle magic can be very helpful. Lighting a candle or doing like a burning bowl ritual can be very helpful, or a bonfire where you are releasing. I really get crying for some reason, and take that as you will. But crying is coming through as something that can be very helpful. For this group, if you have an altar and you want to include something for this goddess, make sure that there is water or something that represents the element of water on your altar. That's coming through as well as to how to connect to this goddess. For some of you, you connect to your goddess through your spirit animal as well. If you have a pet, you could potentially have, this is going to be for a few of you, not all of you, but you could potentially have a familiar. That animal can help you connect to this goddess as well. I'm going to say it. It's coming through, so I'll say it. There's a reminder to drink water, to stay hydrated. There's a lot of water energy for this group when it comes to working with your goddess and connecting to your goddess, and also just yourself. All right, let's see. Let's see what else we have here, because I have these from the Halloween Oracle. And we have invisibility, authenticity. Yeah, it's time to be authentic. And I want to say, for my pile number ones, for some of you, you may not necessarily be fully aware of who you are right now, because you've changed, you evolved, and there's been so many changes, but your goddess is saying it's time to find your authentic self and allow that to shine through. Joy with rejoicing in the present. Yeah. Grounding yourself in the present moment. This is a group where I definitely felt, and I said that earlier on, where there may be some levels of remembering just past situations and feeling like they're going to repeat themselves. The past is in the past. It doesn't mean you should allow certain things to prevent you from trying what it is that you want to try. Just because something didn't work a year ago, 5 years ago, 5 months ago, doesn't mean it cannot work today, because who you are now is a completely different version of who you were then. And embracing joy. Because what your goddess is going to be bringing in is more joy, more harmony, more peace, more clarity. And then we have Skull of Darkness, Blind Spots. Yeah. Yep. Pile number 1, with these blind spots, you absolutely have blind spots. You absolutely have shadow aspects that you're working through. And what's interesting is that your blind spots is that you can't see how wonderful you are. You can't see how beautiful you are. You can't see how strong you are. You can't see how creative you are. Those are your blind spots. And your goddess is saying it's time to integrate the shadow. It's time to illuminate and bring these in. And you don't have to absolutely, that's not going to be necessarily the favorite part of you, but it's about at least accepting that part of you and understanding that it's a part of you. And again, for my pile number 1s, a lot of you, the shadow is actually part of the things that are beautiful about you, the things that are strong about you, your courage, all of those beautiful energies, but you can't necessarily see that. So I have a crystal, and this crystal is the message, but also a crystal that you can work with to connect to your goddess or goddesses. Let's see what we have here. Labradorite. Okay. Actually, let me grab the book, pile number 1, because I don't know much about crystals. My apologies, pile number 1. I was not prepared. I did not have my booklet out, but this is from the Using the Crystal, the Crystal Wisdom Healing Oracle. And it says, Labradorite raises your consciousness to connect to mystical dimensions and the highest protective energies. It strengthens your faith in yourself and aids intuitive guidance. Ooh, I love this for you already. Giving your energy away is bad for your health. Establishing an efficient interface with the outside world will protect your inner being. Beware of psychic vampires. Ensure that you do not have a leaky aura. You face a temporary setback, but a sudden reversal of fortune is possible. Be careful what you wish for. It may come through. Raise your consciousness to the highest levels. And the frequency is high. The chakras are the third eye and crown, and it's associated to the Leo, Scorpio, Sagittarius, and it helps open the inner eye or the third eye, and it's reminding you to keep yourself grounded and that the veil between the worlds is thin. And this is a general reading, a timeless reading, but as I'm recording this, it is October 20th, 21st. We're near Halloween. We're near Samhain, so definitely the veil is thin as it is, especially if you're watching this close to when I uploaded. But yeah, that's what's coming through there. This could be a card that helps you. And the color blue seems to be very important for this group as well. But we are going to end the reading by picking a Love Your Inner Goddess card, just because it feels appropriate for this reading. So Spirit, for my pile number 1s, what is the final message for my pile number 1s? And I will be showing the book for this because they do have like things that you can do, little rituals that you can do. All right, this is the card and it says Earth Goddess. Yeah. All right, pile number 1. Let's talk about it and you will be free from me for now. All right, so it says To live the dream, we have to surrender the fantasy. Stop. This is exactly it. All right, we're going to hold this there. To live the dream, we must surrender the fantasy. This can be painful. It feels like the end, when in fact, it is the beginning. Once the pain passes, there is the joy of what we have yearned for coming to life. It may not be as perfect as a fantasy, but it will be real and it can nourish us. We can build our appetite for life with dreams, but we cannot be fed by them. The soul requires real life experience to become fully alive, to have experiences and to grow. There's a fantasy that wants to become reality for you. Don't let a few gritty moments or human imperfections prevent you from experiencing the joy of heaven on earth. This is your sacred ritual. Pile number 1, that sums up this reading perfectly. And I hope you can see the power of who you are. Let me know if this reading resonated with you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all the YouTube things. It helps me out so much. Share the video if you feel like you want to share that. I would appreciate it. Or just leave a comment below. Feed the algorithm. Thank you for being here. I will see you very soon. Sending so much love, so many blessings. Bye for now. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. As a reminder, it is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. I also did a reading breakdown of everything you can expect. Check that out. It's timestamped below. But we have your, let me actually show this, Morrigan card with release, permission to rest. This is one of my favorite goddesses. So, hi, pile number 2. Let's be friends. So, we are going to look at 4 goddesses that are here for you. One is, of course, the Morrigan, and then we have 3 others, and we're going to talk, and then we're going to get into the reading. So, let's see who else do we have. Wow. Okay. Holy moly. You have the Morrigan and you have Callie with transformation, and it says nothing stays the same. Allow new light to shine on old darkness. Pile number 2, what kind of transformation are you going through? Sheesh. These are 2 of the dark goddesses, and I'll get into that in a minute. Let's see who else do we have here. Green Terra with protection. Your circumstances are shifting. You are protected. Begin to loosen your grip on fears and worries. These energies so far go perfectly well together. I'm very curious to see who's here. Pachamama, which Mother Earth is basically Pachamama, with patience. Great things are gaining momentum. Pile number 2. Boy or oh boy, are you going through transformation right now? Are you really, truly going through an ending and a beginning? Let's talk about the Morrigan, because that is who you chose. That is the visual of who was calling out to you. So the Morrigan is the Celtic goddess of war, fate, and I don't know if I can say death, but we're going to say it, which can also be transformation. And she appears in Irish mythology and folklore. She is often depicted with the ravens and the crows. We also see a lot of moon energy around her. She is a dark goddess. She is known to be the guardian of the dead. And she can sometimes be seen as having a bird's head, or again, crows and ravens are very much usually depicted to be around her, and to be very closely associated with her. So sometimes she does appear as a crow, but in this depiction, we do see more of a woman with a crow around her. Now, I am not going to share too much. I'm not going to spend too much time on who the goddesses are, because every single one... Sorry, I dropped something. Hopefully you don't hear that. Every single... You could be called by one or more goddess. So the purpose was to give you 4 options. You could be attracted to all 4. You could be attracted to a combination. So I do want to read the Kali section, and I do encourage you, whichever goddess, if you're not familiar with her, is calling to you the most, or if they all are, to do some research, because that is a perfect way to start to connect to the energy. But it says, Kali transformation, nothing stays the same. Allow new light to shine on old darkness. Destruction is the way to transformation. You need to be willing to illuminate the parts of yourself that you find unfavorable in order to awaken. More important than what you are searching for is what you are avoiding. You hold the cards, and avoiding unhappiness is not the key to happiness. I ask that you do not allow yourself to hide away. Embrace every aspect of your being. I'm going to show this on screen in case someone wants to screenshot it. All right. Or you can pause the video and read it that way. Now let's go to Green Terra, and it says, your circumstances are shifting. You are protected. Begin to loosen your grip on fears and worries. I ask that you make an effort to release your fear. I am giving you this message because the intensity of emotion you are experiencing is not necessary. Your soul is calling you to gently unclench your tight grip, close your eyes, and take a moment to relax into these feelings and not let them hold such power over your actions and decisions. Discard the crippling doubts and leave behind the immense pressure you are putting on yourself. All is well and moving in the right direction. You must allow yourself to have some calm amongst any chaos. I am here to support you. Same energy, just holding it up in case you want to screenshot it. And then we are going to look at Pachamama with, wow, I opened straight to that one too. Great things are gaining momentum. Have patience. Feel my presence with you as you move forward into the next stage of your spiritual evolution. Your soul has been awakening, and I have been here to guide you. Feel the layers of your previous paradigm being lifted away. Feel the light entering your body, invigorating your soul and clarifying your truth. Although you may not be able to see or feel these changes instantaneously, I can assure you they are happening and becoming. These soul gifts that are igniting within you and within the collective have been activated. They are hard for the human body to bear, which is why the process feels arduous and long. Have patience, child. They are showing themselves slowly. Gonna hold that one up, and then I have things to say. Pile number 2. As I said when we started this reading, you are undergoing major transformation. There are endings and beginnings. There are things that are leaving, and there are things that are coming your way. Right now, it may feel like you are in this in-between. This is a group where I would say you are extremely spiritual. Your spiritual practice is very important to you, pile number 2. I would say I'm getting very strong Scorpio, Pisces, Sagittarius energy for this group. You don't have to be any of those signs for this message to resonate. I also feel for my pile number 2s, you could have very strong Pluto placements or a lot of strong Pluto transits happening in your natal chart at this time. This feels like a very transformative time for you. This is a group where you've probably been doing the shadow work actively, where some of you may identify as witches. Others of you could identify as, could be a highly sensitive person. Empath definitely coming through. Some of you, your favorite color is black. Morticia Adams could definitely be one of your icons. If so, same pile number 2. Let's be friends. But there's a lot just happening here. There's a lot changing here for you, and you have such powerful representation. You are being told, I have you. I got you. I'm holding your hand as we go through this. I'm protecting you. And we're also grounding something into reality. Through this change, you will ground a new truth, a new way of living into reality. Pile number 2. Let's start with the primary message. Like, what is the main message this goddess has for you at this time, or these goddesses have for you? 8 of Wands. Yeah, there's movement here. There's chaos here for some of you. 2 of Wands. King of Wands. What did I say? Sagittarius energy. I'm obviously seeing Aries, Leo now as well, but Sagittarius energy came through strong. Like, you could be Sagittarius sun, moon, or rising, or just a stellium in Sagittarius. There's something strong about Sagittarius, Scorpio, Pisces for this group. Again, doesn't have to be the case for the message to resonate, but for some of you, that's going to serve as confirmation. The main message your goddess has at this time is that everything is going according to plan. And for some of you, you may just be feeling like, I can barely keep up. It could be that there are changes happening all around you. Like, it's more than one area of your life. It's just coming from left and right, and you're having a hard time catching up. For some of you, this is situations that are exiting your life, people that are leaving your life. This could be like a complete career transformation. This could be a breakup. This could be meeting a new person. This could be whatever it is. Fill in the blank, different people, different things. But there's a lot of movement here. There's a lot of growth. There's a lot of progress. For some of you, this does not feel like a good thing. This does not feel like you're making progress. This does not feel like something that you necessarily want to be a part of. But your goddess is here to say, this is part of, believe it or not, this is part of the blessing, right? This is part of what is going to get you to where you need to be. For those of you, and I think a few of you, probably not many of you, you've been going through a period of stagnancy where it feels like things are coming to an end, but I'm not necessarily seeing these new beginnings. There is a message here from your goddess that energy is going to be picking up too. You're going to start to see the opportunities. You are being given the opportunity to go on a different path. And for many of you, you are going to be paving your own way. So this may look like I'm going to do something that no one's done before, or at the very least, I'm going to do something that no one in my circle, my family, or something that I personally never saw myself doing. For my pile number 2s, some of you will be starting a spiritual career. Others of you, this could be you are sharing a creative project of some sort. So if you are a creative and you have an idea, you have the opportunity to bring this to life and to share this with the world, share this with a bigger community, bring more eyes to whatever this is. For my pile number 2s, things are uncomfortable right now because you are meant to expand. You are meant to live in a new way, right? To bring something new. And that expansion is bringing in discomfort because you have been pushed out of your comfort zone. So for my pile number 2s, for example, if you went through, like, you got laid off, you lost your job, and that was something that you were always thinking about doing, that happened because you had outgrown it and because you weren't taking action on it. I will share. In 2019, I was in a job that I was not happy in, and I called on Callie. Shortly after, got laid off, found a much better situation that I loved compared to what I was in. So it's that energy that's coming through. It's like we're clearing the way, we're moving these things, and we're not doing it necessarily in the most gentle of ways. Like, this feels very fast and intense. But it's being done for you. This is almost giving a little bit of tough love for my pile number 2s. Like, this doesn't feel like it's the most gentle of energies, but what I'm hearing is my pile number 2s, you can take it. My pile number 2s, you need tough love. You needed to move yourself away from whatever it was, or you needed this new beginning. For some of you, there could be a quite literal move. I was gonna say movement. Move that is coming up where you are leaving your current home and moving somewhere else, whether it's in the same town, city, country, or a completely different one. That's also coming through. But overall, the message that this goddess has for you at this time is that you are exactly where you are meant to be, and this is going to be your time to shine, and you have what it takes. You have exactly what it takes to go through this experience, and that's why these goddesses are here. Because for my pile number 2s, I feel like at least 2 of these goddesses are very strongly calling to you. And I will say for most of my pile number 2s, the Morrigan and Callie are calling to you the strongest. Let's take a look. Let's keep going, and let's take a look at what challenges is this goddess helping you. What are the challenges this goddess is helping you? We have the Sun card, 7 of Pentacles, and 4 of Pentacles. This goddess is helping you move the energy. This goddess is helping you get to where you want to be. This goddess is helping you grow your future, grow your dreams, grow your desires. This goddess is helping you move out of stagnancy. Yeah, for some of you, you were in that comfort zone. We have that 2 of Wands, that 4 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles. Some of you were comfortable. You may not have been happy, but you were comfortable. And something has made you so uncomfortable. And life it's like this had to happen, but it's not the best feeling energy. But at the end of this, on the other side of this, you're gonna feel so much better because this is clearing up. This is clearing the path. This is removing obstacles. We have the Morrigan and we have Callie here. They are removing obstacles. It's like if it doesn't belong, it's gotta go. And for some of you, you were trying to hold on to that thing. You were trying to connect with that. But the truth is, if it's not meant to be, it has to go because it's getting in the way of what is meant for you, of what you truly do want, and you may just be afraid to go after. Part of what these goddesses are here to do for you, pile number 2, is to make you uncomfortable, is to help you grow through discomfort, and is to help you surrender, because some of you were holding on to something tightly and you just couldn't hold on to it anymore. And these goddesses are here to help you find your happiness, to help you get to your happiness. And again, it may not feel like that's what's happening. For some of you, you're just like, what are you talking about? Like, this is not feeling comfortable. And there are fears coming up here. But what is being removed, the challenges that you are being helped with is anything that was not meant for you, anything that did not belong in your life. It had to go. And this goddess just said, let's go. We got to remove it. And I think for many of you, I keep saying this, the Morrigan and Callie are working with you. And I think these are the energies that you're feeling, because I do feel for my pile number 2s, you actively do goddess work. And for some of you, you feel the presence, you feel the energy, you just may not be sure who it is. And for others of you, these 2 are serving as confirmation. For others of you, this could also be Hecate showing up. I know that the card is not there, but the energy is here. And for others of you, Persephone showing up very strongly. Hel as well, Hel coming through. Ishtar for others of you. There's a lot of dark goddess energy coming through, and the dark goddesses are just the goddesses that deal with the more denser energies. Dark does not equal bad. It just means that they deal with more of the heavier topics, and they are, I would say, more badass, if you will. But that's what's coming through for you. And again, many of you, you're aware of this, but what these goddesses are coming through to do is to clear the path and to help you get to happiness. And for some of you, I'm hearing speed up the process a little bit because some of you were stalling. And that's why this Eight of Wands is there. It's like we had to come in, we had to get you out of this comfort zone, out of this Two of Wands. For my pile number 2s, your root chakra, sacral, and solar plexus, so the lower 3 chakras, are currently lit up like a Christmas tree, where there is so much energy, there is so much creativity, there are so many ideas, and you have the opportunity to ground certain things right now. Let's take a look at the lessons. What are the lessons here? 3 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, and the Strength card. First and foremost, one of the main lessons that this goddess is helping you with is for you to recognize your strength, your power, is for you to recognize your courage and to step into your courage. And what's interesting is that this is a pile where I feel you are very much aware that you are courageous. You are very much aware of the power that you carry. But there was a period of time where you were perhaps overthinking something and not necessarily taking action on it. This is putting you in alignment with your life purpose, with your dharma, with your path. And you are mastering who you are. You are mastering your skills. You are mastering your truth. A lot of you are receiving a boost in intuition, so your spiritual gifts could be heightened. I am getting clear cognizance for this group, clear knowing, so you may just be receiving downloads where it just feels like you just know certain things. I'm also hearing the lesson here is just to put what you've learned to the test. So it's very interesting because what I'm hearing for my pile number 2s is part of the lessons that this goddess is here is like, you've learned it. We're going to apply it. You know the thing. We're going to put it to the test. You've learned the thing. We're now going to move forward with it. So a lot of my pile number 2s, you have been learning the lessons. You have been learning about spirituality. You have been learning all these things. You've been mastering certain things as well. For some of you who are creative, it's like you've been writing the books. You've been drawing the art. You've been writing the music. You've been singing. But you've kind of been doing that for yourself. Or you've been doing that in a way that really wasn't putting you center stage, if you will. And part of the lesson that you're going through is, I've mastered it. Now I'm going to put it into practice. Now I'm going to show up and be seen, right? Some of you are stepping into your teacher role. Some of you are stepping into your master role. Some of you are really stepping into the limelight of whatever that means. You know, different people. For some, it could be a bigger crowd. For others, it could be at a smaller scale. But regardless, for this group, there's this energy of, I am just showing up, and the student has become the teacher. You are very wise, pile number 2. Your lessons are to put everything you've learned into practice. I'm very curious how you can work with these goddesses, with the goddess energy that is calling to you. It could be all 3. It could be a combination. Two of Wands, 2 of Wands. So we have two of Wands. 6 of Pentacles. And then finally we have the 5 of Athames, or the 5 of Swords. Okay. So how can you work with your goddess? First things first. Try something new. Step out of your comfort zone. Comfort, we're not here for comfort right now. Pile number 2, we're going to get uncomfortable. We're going to try different things. This is also saying if you usually meditate to connect to your goddesses, try something else. If you usually write, try something else. If you usually meditate, try something else. Try something different to connect to your goddess. Not only when it comes to actively working with your goddess, like for example, if you are someone where when you do altar work, you light a candle, try something different. There's a lot that you want to try. And for this group, one of your keywords at this time is expansion. Expanding, trying something different, moving away from the usual, moving away from what you usually do. This is a time of expansion. So try something different. This is also saying in your day-to-day life, in order to work and honor with your goddess, do something different as well. So whatever it is that you've been doing that you are being guided to move away from, whatever is transforming, whatever is transmuting, whatever is having a rebirth, you honor and work with your goddess by actually accepting that that's what it is and doing something different. You can also work with your goddess by centering yourself, because right now I do feel there is a lot of chaos for this group. So centering yourself, meditation can be helpful. But if you usually meditate in order to do your spiritual work, again, try something different. That doesn't mean don't meditate at all, but that means do something different. For this group, I'm getting that you could very well connect to these goddesses via tarot cards, oracle cards, if you are a reader. I'm also seeing runes. If somebody is drawn to runes, that is one way to connect with your goddess and to work with your goddess. For this group, doing something for birds is coming through. This is a group where the birds are very important. That could be like a donation, or maybe like feeding a bird. Now, I don't know anything about feeding wildlife. I do volunteer at a wildlife center, but I don't feed birds outside of that setting. So be very mindful. But it's connecting with birds in some way. Some of you may have a pet that is a bird of some sort, and that pet will connect you with the goddess energy. But this could also be just doing something for animals in general. So like maybe picking up a shift at your local animal shelter, or like donating something in honor of your goddess. But I keep getting like a wildlife thing, to be completely honest. So it could be like, I know wildlife centers will accept donations, that it could be like old towels that you have around the house. Where I volunteer at, we use a lot of those. So something like that is coming through. I think for some of you, you will know what that means, because I think you may have been already thinking about it. Or if you have been thinking about like volunteering and helping out with animals, that could be a way to honor and work with your goddess. For some of you, it's that you have birds that visit you. Pay attention, because they serve as signs and synchronicities. I'm hearing the crow, and I know that the crow is very close to the Morrigan, but I'm hearing a crow. So be very mindful if you start seeing more crows around, or if you start hearing them, that is a sign that the Morrigan is around. And in order to work with your goddess, for some of you, some sort of writing, journaling, it could be automatic writing. Clearing the mind, cord cutting as well for this group. Cutting cords to the past could be very helpful for this group. That could be one way to work with and honor your goddess as well. All right, let's get into some general messages, general advice with the Halloween Oracle. And we have the, what did I say, Persephone. This card to me reminds me so much of Persephone's energy, probably because of the pomegranate and the skull. But it says, it also says the underworld, where all things pause and begin again. Yeah. This is confirmation. You're undergoing a rebirth cycle. You're undergoing transformation. And there's a reminder here that naturally things will come to a stop, and then naturally they will pick up again. And that naturally certain things will leave our life, and then naturally they will come back again. Maybe not in the same form, right? So certain things, situations, people may leave and they may not be the ones to come back, but something comes in and takes its place. Stop. We have the underworld and death. The eternal cycle begins here. There's a new beginning. And one thing that's coming through for my pile number 2s is that you don't necessarily have to know exactly how things are going to turn out. What you have to know is that you can trust in yourself and that things will be okay. You don't have to have the A through Z of how exactly it's going to play out. And then we have the jack-o'-lantern with, wow, yeah, you're being protected. We have green tarot with protection, and now you have the jack-o'-lantern with protection. Someone here needs to rewatch Halloween Town, because I just heard the little Halloween Town jingle, like the little song, and I would do it, but we're not going to do that. But you know, if you know, you know. But with the jack-o'-lantern protection, you are being protected. You are being watched over. It's going to be okay. It may not feel like it's okay right now, but your goddess, your spirit team, the universe is saying, I got you, baby. The universe got you. So I have this crystal card, and this card can help you connect to the goddess, but it's also meant to serve a message. So let's see what we have for you. Malachite. That crystal I actually know a little bit about, but we're still going to read from the book. And this is the Crystal Wisdom Healing Oracle. And for Malachite, let's see. It says the subconscious mind, and it says Malachite brings to light ingrained programming and toxic beliefs. An amulet against pain. I actually just saw a necklace. If you have a Malachite necklace, this could be a good time to wear it. Anyways, an amulet against pain. This is a powerful stone for emotional transformation. It stimulates the survival instincts. Let's talk about that, because for some of you, I hit on what could be happening outside of you. But for some of you, the main thing that's happening is emotional transformation. So it says unconscious programs or beliefs cause psychosomatic disease. Go willingly into the depths. Therapy may be needed. Your deepest fears become your greatest gifts as hidden abilities come to light. Take a look at where your Chiron is at in your natal chart and in your transits and see if there's anything activating that right now. Go where angels fear to thread to bring back insights for your own healing and that of others. Explore your depths. Not all is as it seems. Stand firm in your power. Have no fear. You survive. Protect yourself against unseen forces or powerful minds that manipulate you. Learn psychic protection. So absolutely, what did I say for some of you? Cutting your cords, grounding also can be very helpful at this time, but cutting cords with people, situations, old beliefs, all old parts of self or old versions of yourself as well. Spread your wings. Ooh. I'm going to read it because I see it. Do not become embroiled with a charismatic man. If that resonates, take it. So the frequency is earthy to high. The chakras associated with this chakra is the heart, root, sacral, and solar plexus. Timing or the frequency is Scorpio. And soul path, transforming your subconscious mind. Wow, I can't make this up. Also, if you just want to screenshot it. But look at that, transforming your subconscious mind. And that's what this reading is about. Okay, so let's do one last card for my pile number 2s. And it's going to be from the Love Your Inner Goddess deck. And I just want to just pick one final message to send you on your way. Thank you for joining me. Okay, for my pile number 2, Spirit. freaking beautiful. It's better to be absolutely ridiculous than absolutely boring. 10 out of 10 agree. 10 out of 10. You know what? And in Halloween Town, here I go with Halloween Town. I know I'm annoying. But being normal is vastly overrated. If you know, you know. Someone make me feel better in the comments section and just encourage my silliness with Halloween Town. But okay, let's talk about it. So, you are here to march to your own beat. You can be happy and free, whether the world looks at you with awe, admiration, confusion, or love, or all of these at once. Others can love you even if they can't always understand you. Being different doesn't mean being alone. It's only when you try to change yourself to fit into a stereotype that you will lose your way, becoming unhappy, discovering obstacles, and feeling increasingly rejected or defeated. The universe doesn't want you to be someone else. It wants you to be you. So when you quit trying to fit in and enjoy being yourself, you win. This is your ritual if you want to try it. But pile number 2, that is what I have for you. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Leave a comment. It feeds the algorithm. YouTube loves that. Share the video if you feel like you want to share it. I would appreciate that. But stay tuned for more. I am sending so much love, so many blessings, and we will talk soon. Bye for now. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to Freya with Warrior, Your Power, Determination. We're going to place that right there. As a reminder, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. You know yourself best. If it does not fit, do not force it to fit. Also, I did do a reading breakdown of what you can expect for this reading. I highly suggest you check that out. It's time-stamped below. But let's get started. So I did do 4 goddesses for each pile, and the reason is to give you options so you're not just stuck with the one, and because many people watching, many different energies coming through. The goddess that you were drawn to first was Freya, and Freya is the Norse goddess of love, fertility, beauty, war, death, and magic. So she is a very powerful goddess, and she is known to be Thor's mother. So if you're into Marvel, you've seen her appear there, but there is so much more to her, obviously. So very interesting. I always just have to mention she's Thor's mama, obviously in Marvel, but also just in the mythology of it. So we also have 3 other goddesses here. Let's take a look. So we have Hera with resilience, and it says obstacles are preparation for greater accomplishment. You are getting the powerful goddesses. Okay. Like strong. Oh, shoot. Okay. We have Lilith, independence, and it says recognize your own potential. These cards are beautiful, but they can be very hard to see on screen. And then we have Calliope. I believe that's how I was. Calliope? Am I making that up? I believe that's it. Elocution with your words have powers. Your words have power. Use them with clear intent. Pile number 3. What are you creating? So this is a pile where you're being empowered. You are being... Yeah, that's the word. You're being empowered. You are being given exactly the power that you need, and you are being helped in not only recognizing your power, but recognizing your potential. You are stepping into your full power. You are stepping into the truth of who you are. You are embracing who you are. And I'm hearing you are a survivor. Pile number 3, you are stronger than what you realize. Strong fire energy in this group, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, fire and air. The air signs being Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Those don't have to resonate for the message to resonate, but mentioning them as additional confirmation. For this group, you may have a cat. I'm seeing a cat come through. Someone here has like a black cat, or is it like a dark gray? It's like a darker colored cat. I'm seeing black, but that's coming through. But for my pile number 3s, you are moving into a point in time where you are taking control of the narrative. Let's get into this. I actually want to read this because I want to see what the messages are for you. But let's talk about the goddesses first, because there's a lot coming through already. We're going to start with Goddess Hera there, and we are going to read from the book. And it says, obstacles are preparation for greater accomplishment. The lessons always stem from your failures, not your greatest achievements. I am affirming that your soul is more than ready for the experience that is awaiting you. Understand that you choose this lifetime to be integrated in this human experience and put through these obstacles in order to learn, advance, and ascend. Do not fear this. You will overcome these obstacles and be much stronger, balanced, and equipped to handle any forthcoming task or journey. Should you accept that this is happening for you, not to you, rest assured that you are a resilient being and you are being divinely guided. So I will hold this up in case anyone wants to screenshot it to have for later. Or pause and read it again. Let's take a look at Lilith. So Lilith says, recognize your own potential. The disconnect you have been feeling needs to be mended now. I am here to guide you and remind you that independence belongs to you. You will no longer fall victim to fear or self-doubt. You know that you have a fire burning deep and bright, and you must never let anyone, including yourself, dim or extinguish it. See clearly now, speak words of power to yourself. Understand that you are never given any passion or dream without the soul strength to accomplish it. What's interesting is that both of these are speaking to your words and having power. So there is the Lilith card. And then let's look at, I believe it's Calliope. Someone is going to correct me, I'm sure. Your words have power. Use them with clear intent. Speak with intention. Speak with clarity. Speak with purpose. Speak with the mindset that these words are physical energy leaving your being and moving puzzle pieces into place. I love that. Be meaningful and empowered in your speech, for every word said with the clearest of intent can drastically alter your reality. It is your greatest power, and with this power, you have the ability to create the world around you. Pile number 3. Some of you have lived a past life where you were a sorceress or an enchantress. You could absolutely consider yourself either of those in this lifetime. You could consider yourself a witch. Regardless, you are on your path to empowerment. Some of you are pissed off, sick and tired of being sick and tired, if you will. And you are ready to take control. You are ready to do the thing. You've decided you are no longer going to wait. There is so much purpose and determination with this group. And your goddesses are coming through. And they're like, yeah, we got you. We're gonna help you clear the way to get there. Let's start with, what is the main message these goddesses or this goddess has for you at this time? 6 of Wands. Okay, we are starting off already. 6 of Swords, 2 sixes. Some of you could be a life path number 6. 5 of Cups. Pile number 3. The main message your goddess or goddesses, whichever one calls to you, or if a number of them call to you, And I don't know if I forgot to say this, but I encourage you to look through and find out more about the goddess or goddesses that are calling to you, because learning about them is also part of working with them and seeing what stands out in their story. But anyways, part of the main message that's coming through here is you are moving away from a period of time where you were not empowered. There was a disempowerment in your energy. There was this feeling of not being necessarily in control, or this feeling of just being maybe overwhelmed. There was a level of apathy for some of you as well that's coming up here. For some of you, you gave your power away to a specific someone or to a specific energy, and you're taking that back. I have to say it because it's coming through. This is not going to be true for all of you, but for some of you, you're coming out of a breakup, you are coming out of a relationship, and you are hell-bent on taking your power back because you gave your power to someone. For others of you, this could have been like a family member or a friend, but I am getting that energy, especially with Lilith, Freya here. Like, all the goddesses that are coming through are giving me this vibe of, for my pile number 3s, some of you had to walk away from someone. Who that someone was, different things for different people. But it's like, I'm taking my power back. I went through a period of time where I was allowing other people to dictate, other people to influence me. I was living for someone else. I was the one that was putting in the effort with someone else. And I'm taking that back. For those of you that doesn't resonate, it's almost like you've kind of you've woken up and just said, what am I doing? And now I am hell-bent, I am determined. I keep getting hell-bent, determined, perseverance. All of these words are coming in for you. Pile number 3. But you are doing your thing. You are ready to stand out. You are ready to receive what you deserve. And my pile number 3s, you are not taking anything less than what you deserve, and I love that for you. I absolutely love that for you, because I do think there was a point in time where you were allowing people to give you less than what you deserved. Some of you are going to be speaking up and getting that money. Others of you, like I said, you may have walked out of a relationship. Others of you are setting boundaries with people. Some of you are finally saying no to certain people's situations because you know your worth and you are not going to accept any less than that. Your goddess message is to look to the future. Your goddess is saying, this is exactly what we are going to be doing. We are going to move towards the future empowered. We are going to move towards the future with hope, with faith, with boundaries, and with strength. You are resilient, you are strong, you are courageous. You are very charismatic as well, pile number 3. And I think for some of you, you are just now letting that part of yourself shine through. And your goddess messages is saying, now that you've realized, because I think for my pile number 3s, there was a point in time, there was a period of time where you were kind of in this energy of sadness, of grief, where you were in this energy of struggle, and you finally realize that you can remove yourself from this, that you can get yourself out of this. Not only can you, but you will. You are going to be expanding. You are going to be going for the things that you want. So what you realized is that you were crying over spilled milk, and you are no longer going to do that. Some of you have processed the grief of losing someone or something, and I want to be clear. When I say losing someone, this doesn't feel like someone who crossed over to the other side and is no longer on this earth. This feels like more of someone who was not good for you that you had to let go of. And you are moving away from that, and you are now ready to see what's available. So this is the energy of, if you relate to this because you went through like a breakup, a divorce, this is the energy of, man, I gave that enough time and energy. Now I want to see what's out there. Maybe not necessarily even in love and relationships, but in life in general. Or if this was about a job, whatever this was about, the energy here is I am ready to look to the future and to realize that there is something better on the other side. And your goddesses are coming in to show you that there is something better on the other side. Let's take a look at what challenges these goddesses are helping you with. What are the challenges here? Eight of Swords. Whew, Two of Swords, yeah. We're going to talk about it. Give me a minute. Let me lay them all out. I will fix that in a minute. Four of Cups. Sheesh. Okay. As far as challenges, pile number 3, you were in a prison. You were on the struggle bus. You were grieving. You were frustrated. Again, look at the apathy. I said apathy for this group. I'm pretty sure that was definitely this group. There was just so much that felt so heavy, that was holding you down, that was keeping you down. These are the challenges that you're being moved away from. You are no longer doubting yourself because these goddesses are coming here to empower you. And like I said, you went through a period of time where it felt like you were stuck, or you were grieving something, or you were just in this period of things aren't really moving, and you were staying there because that's where you needed to be at that time. But you are now ready to expand, to grow, and to experience new things. This is a group where there's going to be more adventure. There's going to be more opportunities. There's going to be more of everything. And the challenges that your goddess is helping you with is the challenge of seeing what is actually possible for you, and not feeling like you can't make choices, or like there are no choices for you to make. Because for some of you, for a long time, it may have felt like you were trapped and like there was no viable options for you where you could have stepped away and done something differently, or chosen something differently for you. But you got sick and tired of whatever that energy was, and you broke free from it. And for some of you, you are still in the process of breaking free from this. You are still in the process of freeing yourself from whatever the container was, whatever the situation was. For some of you, whatever the person was. And you are leaving the past in the past. You are moving away from something and moving towards something better. And right now for this group, what you are going to start to feel is more excitement about what's possibly to come your way. And for a while, it may not even have felt like there were opportunities that could come your way, or that you could take even if they showed up for you. This is really giving, some of you are coming out of this hermit energy and more into a, here I am, I'm ready to be seen, I'm ready to experience life. I went through that very difficult period of time, and now here I am on the other side of it. That is what your goddess is helping you with. Those are the challenges that are here to be cleared. It's negative beliefs around self, limiting beliefs around self, limiting beliefs around what's possible, the inability to make choices, and this energy of frustration, apathy, boredom, and this sitting there and looking at what didn't work, looking at what hasn't worked out, looking at what happened that you're sad about. And it's okay to be sad about those things, but what's happening is you're now taking these lessons and moving forward with them. You are now deciding that there is more available to you and more possible for you. Love that for you. What are the lessons? What are the lessons that this goddess is helping you with? Queen of Pentacles. Yes. 9 of Wands. So the lessons that your goddess or goddesses is helping you with at this time is helping you become this Queen of Pentacles. Helping you become someone who is confident, someone who is abundant, someone who has boundaries, someone who is sure, of who you are and what you bring and what you represent. Some of you, you are allowing people to come to your table with scraps. You are no longer going to allow that. Some of you were taking offers that you knew were not for you, or you knew were not going to make you happy. You're no longer doing that. The lessons that are being brought to you are to help you step into your power, step into your truth, and accept nothing less than what you deserve. Some of you are moving into your healer energy. Some of you will be becoming healers, whether that is a service that you're going to be offering, or whether that is just you, your energy being more healing for yourself and the people that are around you. Not because you're offering a service, but it's because just who you are. For my pile number 3, some of you are going to be manifesting more of what you want, and with that comes material abundance. So this could be more finances as well. And what you are, part of the lesson here, pile number 3, is when to let go. When to realize that something is not giving you the return that you need. When to say, you know what, at this point, this isn't giving me what I need. This isn't giving me what I deserve. So instead of staying here and waiting for it to change, I am going to speak up. And if it doesn't change, I am going to remove myself. There is a lesson for my pile number 3s that sometimes it's okay to walk away. That sometimes it's okay to give up, especially if it involves something outside of you and that thing or that person is not changing. Part of this lesson for my pile number 3s is really the understanding that you can continue to invest in yourself, but if something is not giving you the return that you deserve, and you need, and you've done everything you can, and it's just not changing, and you know it's not going to change, it is an act of self-love to walk away from that. That the Queen of Pentacles knows exactly what is meant for her, and she knows when to fold. She knows when to walk away. Pile number 3, a big lesson for you is that you only should have to say certain things a certain amount of time. You can control your reaction. You can't control what other people do. And if in the spaces that you are in, you have realized that there is no more growth, there is no more collaboration, there is no more possibility, then it is absolutely okay to walk away. That's the important lesson coming in. And it's very interesting because we have Lilith here. And that's kind of Lilith's story, right? If we think about Adam and Eve and Lilith and what happened and what she ended up having to do and all of the stories around that, I'm not going to spoil the whole thing. I think many of you know it, but if you're being called by Lilith, look into that story. Some of you walked away from a relationship and you walked away with your power. And I don't think the other person saw it coming. And it doesn't even have to be romantic. For some of you, this could have been a relationship with a friend, a coworker, a family member, a job. But it just feels like somebody was taking you for granted and they were able to for a while. And then you said, heck no. Heck no, I'm not doing this. Why would I do this? That's what's coming through. Let's take a look at how can you work with this goddess or goddesses. The crone. which is the Strength card, sorry. King of Pentacles. The Eight of Athames or the Eight of Swords. You work with your goddess by freeing yourself from limiting beliefs. You work with your goddess by manifesting and working on the things that you will be manifesting. This is a group where your manifestation skills are about to be on point. Take advantage of them. You work with your goddess by connecting to your intuition and wisdom. This is a group where I really get that in order to actively work with your goddess, meditation or journaling, writing can be very helpful. Some of you are going to write something with the help of your goddess. This could be automatic writing. So you sit down, you say your protection prayer, and then you just kind of you tap into the energy that you want to work with. So you can say to a specific goddess, let me connect, let's get the messages, and then you allow yourself to write what comes through until you come to a natural stop. Don't try not to think about what's coming through. For my pile number 3, you work through your goddess through some sort of flower essence or herbs. Aromatherapy for this group as well with working with your goddess. You work with your goddess every single time you practice self-love, self-confidence, and anytime you practice your courage, like following your courage and having the courage to take action on what it is that you are being called to. For this group, you also work with your goddess as you do shadow work around your beliefs. Anytime that you do something that you didn't think was possible for you, that is an active way to work with your goddess and to honor your goddess as well. For this group, a red candle can be very helpful to add to the altar if you have an altar. I'm seeing pomegranates, I'm seeing apples, I am seeing any red like fruit or any red like vegetable. Working with the root chakra can help you work with your goddess as well for my pile number 3s. For this group, words, affirmations, spell work, if you are into that, that could be very helpful in connecting to your goddesses. Be very intentional with your words, and also be very careful with how you speak to yourself. So instead of saying, I can't do this, I choose not to do this. I won't do this. Be very mindful of how you speak to yourself. Pile number 3. I'm trying to see if anything else comes through. Manifesting money is one way that you're going to work with these goddesses, and they're going to help you manifest money. That's coming through. That's very specific, so it may be for only a few of you. Something about preparing like a tea. So I don't know if this is like a tea reading that you can do for yourself, but I'm seeing like a cup of tea like with loose leaf tea in there. And you're drinking it, so it could just be about being very intentional. That may make sense to whoever it's meant to be for, because I don't think that's for everyone. But for some of you, the tea leaf reading could be one way that you connect to your goddess and one way that you receive messages from your goddess. All right, pile number 3. Let's take a look at some additional general advice from the Halloween Oracle. And we have Skull of Light with Illumination. Yeah. Then we have the Lamp with Remembrance. And then we have Zombie with Control. You are breaking free. You are breaking. You're not even breaking free. Most of you have already broken free. Somebody was trying to control you and you said nope. You grew right out of that. You escaped that. And if you did, pile number 3, that is not easy to do. I am so proud of you. And I hope you can recognize that wasn't an easy thing to do and that you can be proud of yourself. But the message is here. There is more clarity coming in. Trust yourself. The more you trust yourself, the more you trust your intuition, the more is going to be revealed for you, the easier it's going to be to make the choices. Again, be very mindful with the words that you use and how you speak and how you talk to yourself, how you speak to yourself, how you express yourself, not only to others, but to yourself as well. And as I was saying, this control, you're breaking free. Listen, this is a group where you cannot be held down at this point. And for those of you that don't resonate with like some sort of situation where somebody was controlling you and you had to walk away and you kind of got sick and tired of something, this is just, it could just be that you yourself were holding yourself back in some ways and you're breaking free from this, but there's a very freeing energy for this group of breaking free from shackles, of breaking free from certain beliefs and empowering yourself. And there's going to be a lot of success for this group as a result of that. This is a group that has a very strong connection, not only to the goddess energy that's coming through, but to your spirit team, and you are being encouraged to work with your spirit team. All right, it's pile number 3. I picked a card. This is a crystal that you can work with to connect to the goddess or goddesses that are calling to you, but this also is a crystal that has a message for you. So let's see what we have for this group. Delight. I've never heard of this. Okay. Let's take a look at the book. And this is from the Crystal Wisdom Healing Oracle. I have never heard of this crystal. Cosmic Consciousness. Anandalite? I could be saying that. Listen, I'm about to say Andalasia every time I see this word. Anandalite gently facilitates integration and releases emotional blockages standing in the way of spiritual awakening. It reminds us that consciousness is omniscient and omnipresent, seeing all, knowing all. Immerse yourself in the mystical interconnectedness that is the cosmic consciousness. You have the potential to live in a completely different dimension of consciousness. Recognize that you previously operated within a narrow band of awareness. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that's what's coming through here. Attune to flashes of divine light within your soul. Let feelings of separation fall away. Embrace unity. You are here to experience cosmic consciousness, transform your goals, and seek a new direction. You have exceptionally clear sight now. Stripped to the bone as the old falls away, do not despair. New light is infused. When you transform your awareness, humanity experiences a quantum shift. Yeah, you're shedding. You're shedding. And I love that for you. So the frequency of this crystal is exceptionally high. The chakra is the soul star chakra and cleanses and activates all chakras. And the timing is the present moment, and the soul path is becoming a vessel for cosmic consciousness. Yes, that's what this is, enlightenment. That's exactly what this is for my pile number 3's enlightenment. We are going to end this by picking a Love Your Inner Goddess card for this group. And it just feels like that's the perfect way to end this. So one final message. This also comes with a ritual, and I will show you what that ritual is. So you can practice it on your own if you feel called to. But Spirit, for my pile number 3's, what is the final message here? Angel of Truth. All right. Let's see what the Angel of Truth has to say for my pile number 3's, and it's card 42. I'm going to hold this up for you. It says, the truth wants to be told, needs to be heard. It may seem like the whole world wants to believe in a lie, and so you wonder if you are crazy, if you are the only one who is thinking differently and desiring the real story to emerge. Yet those that fight against the truth are even more in need of it. There can be no healing, no freedom, no moving on without it. You are going to be blessed with a truth revealed and a realization about yourself. The world or others that will bring you relief. It will happen at the right time. It will set your soul free. And this is the sacred ritual for this card. Pile number 3 if you still don't have the illumination that you seek, it's coming in very soon. But I feel like that card is speaking to what the shift was for you, that already happened. And you are in for a beautiful chapter in your life. Pile number 3, that is what I have for you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a comment, feed the algorithm. It helps me out. Share the video if you feel like it's worth sharing. It helps me out. But anyways, thank you for being here. I will be posting again very, very soon. Stay tuned for more. I am sending so much love, so many blessings, and we will talk soon. Bye for now.